birds today? Okay, that's great. Well, joining us here is going to be Sheldon. And Sheldon is going to be a Harris hawk. Harris hawks are native to the southwestern part of the United States. Areas like Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas. So it's about to get a little interesting. So, they're found throughout the southwestern part of the United States. The Harris hawk is often known as the wolf of the sky. They hunt in big family groups. Babies of the previous nesting season stick around to raise the babies of the current nesting season. This helps to continue the survival rate of the species. In birds of prey, 70% of birds of prey do not make it to their first birthday. So by living with their families a little longer, they can continue the survival rate of their kind. This is scarlet, and scarlet is a red-shouldered hawk. Red-shouldered hawks are very common in this area. And the way we know this is a red-shouldered hawk is because of this beautiful orangey-colored chest. You also look for the red-shouldered hawk, they will have some orange on them. But then they also have a nice black and white tail. And in the wings, especially the males, this is a female, will have a darker black and white pattern throughout their wings. So that's the distinction of the red-shouldered hawk. Red-shouldered hawks are very common in this region because we have a lot of water. The red-shouldered hawk relies a lot on water. Some of their favorite food sources are things like frogs and toads and crayfish, all that rely on water. She also will eat a lot of small mammals, like mice and rats, chipmunks, but really she prefers frogs and toads as one of her diets. Oh boy. That's what we call a rouse. It's a way for her to straighten all of her feathers. It also tells us that she's very comfortable, very relaxed. You can go ahead and walk her around. Joining us today is little Jet, and Jet is going to be an American Kestrel. The American Kestrel is one of the smallest of the falcon family in this area. It's also one of the few birds you can tell the difference between the males and the females just by looking at them. Female kestrels have brown wings with a gray head. Males, like Jet, have bright blue wings and a bright blue tail. Or bright blue wings and a bright blue head. Sorry, head, not tail. So they have that bright blue head. And this makes him a little male. Our little kestrel is going to help us to talk about the characteristics of falcons. The first thing is that falcons have very long, pointed wings and a long tail. You can take him all the way back. They have long, pointed wings and a long tail. The long, pointed wings help these birds with their amazing speeds. This little kestrel can reach speeds of about 25 to 30 miles per hour, which is pretty good for a bird his size. However, the fastest bird in the world is the peregrine falcon. The peregrine falcon, in a dive, can reach speeds of approximately 287 miles per hour, making it the fastest bird in the world. We're going to move over to the cleanup crew of the bird world. This is Desi, and Desi is a hooded vulture. Hooded vultures live. I know he's excited, but I need to ask everybody to try to keep the volume down just a little bit more. Desi's a hooded vulture. Hooded vultures live in Africa. And believe it or not, the hooded vulture is considered one of the smaller vultures in Africa. Now, one of the first things you notice about Desi is the fact that he's missing all the feathers on top of his head. He has a bald head. This is for good reason. Vultures eat dead animals. When they eat dead animals, and if they were feathers on their head, their feathers would get full of blood, guts, and nut stuff. It could potentially make our vulture very, very sick. But with a bald head, all he needs to do, wipe his head off from the grass, let the sun bake the rest off. He's then clean and ready to go. So a bald head vulture. Now, the vulture that we have in this area, the turkey vulture, he finds his food using an excellent sense of smell. Most birds, including Desi, have a very poor sense of smell. So in order to find a dead carcass, this bird follows his excellent eyesight. Hooded vultures can see a dead animal the size of a rabbit from over 4 miles away. So they have amazing eyesight. This is Trevor. And Trevor is a Eurasian Eagle Owl. Eurasian Eagle Owl is the largest species of owl in the world. He's a cousin to our great horned owl. The great horned owl is going to be a little bit shorter. It'll be more dark brown and black coloration. Now, besides Trevor's size, one of the things you're going to notice about Trevor are these things that stick up on top of his head. Many people think that those are his ears. Those are just feather tufts. The feather tufts tell us an awful lot about Trevor's mood. They're off to the sides and down. That tells me that Trevor's very relaxed, very comfortable. If someone were to walk in here right now with a dog, doesn't matter what size dog, itty bitty chihuahua or just a big Great Dane, it doesn't matter. Trevor hates dogs. The feather tufts would go straight up on his head. He would either puff himself up to make himself look 2 to 3 times larger, or to get super, super tall and skinny, trying to become invisible, because he hates dogs. The next thing you notice about Trevor are those big orange eyes. His eyes are very large, but they get even larger as they go back into his head. Owls' eyes take up 2/3 the space of the inside of their head. That means if you were to have eyes like the owl, or if we were to have eyes like the owl, our eyes would be the size of softballs. You notice that she has those things sticking on top of her head. Oh, Trevor's all alert. See those feather tufts have gone up. Is your reflection bugging you better? So, you can tell we both have big feather tufts. They have similar color patterns, other than the fact that she's a little bit more red in color. They've got similar patterns. She kind of looks like a Eurasian Eagle Owl that's been stuck in a dryer and shrunk. So how many people think that little Acorn is a baby Eurasian Eagle Owl? Probably a good number of you. Well, little Acorn is 18 years old. Trevor is 12 years old. This little bird is an eastern screech owl. She's a full-grown adult owl, where Trevor is a Eurasian eagle owl. So even though they look similar, they're different types of birds. The reason we like to do the comparison is also to talk to you about the fact that just because something is small, you never want to underestimate it. Ounce for ounce, this little screech owl is tougher than that Eurasian eagle owl. Eastern screech owls will take on just about anything. That includes people. I personally have witnessed eastern screech owls going after people. So they will take on anything. This is Minerva. And Minerva is a barn owl. This is a barn owl. Our barn owl is going to help us to talk about a couple more characteristics of owls. And the first thing is that owls have totally silent flight. So what I'm going to do right now is get everybody to stay super, super quiet and listen as she flies over. Hey, can you just pitch at her a little for a second? First now she's just going to sit here. No, don't. Here. You gotta let go. Okay. Now go get him. She's got to think about this. Go get him. Other than the fact that she is making a little noise as she flies over when she calls, you don't hear anything. Owls have totally silent flight. They have fringes on their outermost wing feather. These fringes look like the teeth of a comb, and they quiet the passing breeze, giving owls totally silent flight. Next thing is when you look at Minerva, you notice that she has a beautiful heart-shaped facial disc. This heart-shaped facial disc is just like a satellite dish. It funnels the sound of her food into her ears, giving her the best hearing out of any bird out there. This bird can hunt on a truly, totally dark night using her hearing alone. She has amazing hearing. In captivity, they've actually done little experiments with barn owls. They've put them in a totally dark room and released mice. They have found over 99% of the time, this bird will hit her target. The 1% of the time she misses by 1 inch. So they have amazing hearing. This is McGuire, our bald eagle. Now, the bald eagle does not get this full white head and tail until it's 5 years old. So when you look out over the water and you happen to see an all-brown large eagle or an eagle that's kind of brown and white speckling, those are going to be juvenile bald eagles. It takes them 5 years to get this full white head and tail. Once they have the full white head and tail, it's impossible for us to tell how old they are just by looking at them. Now, McGuire here was actually once a wild bald eagle. But unfortunately, as a youngster, he was found in a Cabela's parking lot in Nebraska. He was actually begging for food. This means most likely that he was starving. He was brought to a center in Nebraska. They then transferred him to Warbird Sanctuary because they couldn't house eagles. And unfortunately, McGuire can no longer be released into the wild because he continues to go to people for food. Many people say, well, why is this dangerous? If you're thinking about it and you're sitting at a picnic table having a picnic with your family, all of a sudden, this bird comes flying at your picnic table to take those hot dogs or hamburgers or grilled chicken that you're having. I work with these birds every day, and if I have this bird flying at my picnic table, I am going to be duck and covering and going the other way. And that's why it becomes dangerous for these birds. So he will remain in captivity, being an ambassador for his kind. So he cannot be released into the wild. Gina, you might want to point him the other way. He's fluffing up his lower parts. With our last little guest here, this is Aesop. Aesop is an American crow. So, yes, she goes to the bathroom on the floor. She is an American crow, so she's the type of crow that you could see in your own backyard. Aesop here is very intelligent. Crows can learn to do many different things. One of the things that our crow has learned to do is she is the best fundraiser out there. We're going to go out of this theater. She's going to sit on a donation box. She takes donations. She likes to take 1s, 5s. Even better, she loves 10s and 20s. She'll take it from you. She'll put it in the box for you. If you donate $5 or more, we'll actually give you a nice little WorldBird Sanctuary thank you. We will be splitting all of our donations with Great Rivers Museum today, so you'll be benefiting both organizations. We're going to have McGuire out there. He's actually up there waiting for everybody. You're welcome to get your picture taken next to McGuire if you would like. I will also give me a moment to walk out, so stay seated until I get out of the room. I will have Aesop out there. You're welcome to give her any donations as well. I want to thank all of you. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day. Thank you very much.